some circumstances are so my Ghana say no. It seems in Pennyphony be any number chair meetings ahodo. Senior Mayor number 2024 any betting me by president my Ghana say. Necessary Speaker of Parliament Agban Babin and the former President John Dramani Mahama Akwakushiem a secret meeting bina nyanse so it means more be it me your mama simple. Yabesha na say my course behind IGP say on person we IGP through na IGP obstacle mo nyame adoma 2024 omuntimi bambe mi no yenim nipa o ma sa audio no etimi leak but you better trust ya. Yes, nipa na o ma sa audio no leak ya na say video and audio no leak ya no or your nipa na bia. And this year no some meeting na your former president and the Speaker of Parliament Agban Babin acquire ya na for a leaky. Yes, a leaky. And to me person me so brand no that you know they coming up. Oba fefe na you put in some ekoso ewe my Ghana ma say before that no make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel Odeneho TV over like your comment your comment section so over click the notification button for more news updates and channel no you put in Marcia medas.
No, not at all. Not at all. She was the special guest of her. No, she doesn't.
Why?
She doesn't.
But she needs you.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't need you.
She does. She has Sami. That's fine.
But
Sami is
the kitchen cabinet.
No, I'm not.
You have left.
I'm not. I've never been there.
No, you have been there.
Never.
Abambabli said you are there.
But that's him. He was lying.
The speaker.
He lied. Oh yeah, he did. He lied, and he knows he lied.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
All right. He's not here, so.
No, I'm saying that he lied, and he knows he lied.
But you didn't tell him so.
That's. I didn't have to.
It was probably a slip of tongue. I think we can put it better.
It wasn't a slip of tongue.
It was a little slip.
No, the man made a statement.
No, he's a right honorable speaker.
You can make a slip of tongue.
When he said that he wasn't speaker. So I'm sure that now he won't say that.
I'm sure it was a little slip, you know.
Why did you tell him that it wasn't true?
He didn't speak to me. He didn't speak to me. I addressed the issue publicly. And
you did?
Yes, I did.
Ah, okay.
I did. Yes.
So are you actually not part of the kitchen?
I have never been. I have never ever been.
Yeah,
I've never been.
You know, Doc, when you were going on with your Q&A,
yes,
trying to draw out Nana Kumia,
yes,
you know, then I remembered, you know, what he has been preaching for many months on this platform. Transparency, you know, that be forthright, you know, and be bold, you know. But surprisingly, when it came to him, and it mattered most this morning, he has been so evasive, so cagey,
Randy, where have I been
so elusive.
Tell me where
you wouldn't say if you are interested or not, you know, saying other people are talking about it.
I haven't made up my mind.
You know,
is that evasive?
Even whether you go and see Bawumia or not, so if you advise me, suddenly Nana Bawumia doesn't have a mind of his own. You know, even to go and see Bawumia, he needs an advice from Dr. Rediabe. Somebody who has been advocating forthrightness.
Because I haven't made up my mind. Yeah. That's the simple fact. I haven't made up my mind.
I'm privileged to be one of the people whose advice he relies on.
Clearly, Nana Kumia.
I haven't made up my mind.
Clearly, Nana Kumia wouldn't mind. I mean, I know Nana Kumia when he's not interested. So I think I'll join the campaign.
I mean, you have traced the campaign team. You have traced the part of his lineage to Ashanti.
Yeah, these days I hear a lot of that. But Doc, in all of this discussion, as you keep advising Nana Kumia, the only advice I haven't heard you give him so far is that he also must develop a sore knee. You know, people are kneeling down all over the place. You know, sudden show of humility.
No, I heard. I heard one person. I haven't heard people. One person.
Oh, you haven't seen the photos. Somebody has done a nice collage on social media.
He says people are kneeling down. I heard of only one person. So this business of trying to say there's some mass.
You know, the Honorable Secretary last week or 2 weeks ago, he was asked about this running mate thing. He says, he also says, Ashanti, but it will not be given to a hot-headed,
yes,
arrogant
yes, I saw
person.
that.
And I was wondering who he was.
That statement is going to trigger more kneeling. You know, I'm really worried about the kneecap of
only one person that is reported to have
reported. You haven't seen
I haven't seen the footage,
photos,
but I've heard the
There's a new.
so it's not people.
There's a new definition of humility.
of humility.
Lying, prostrate, and kneeling.
You know, but Doc.
So I tried to check I tried to check if there was a definition page in the MPP constitution. I didn't find one,
Yeah,
so I let it go.
You mean an interpretation page?
Yeah, to see if there's maybe humility and the definition in the whether I say a lying, prostrate, and
you are the four and some air cost to any the air by our kind of and a was soon every so I would see the radiant come on got young come my yawa the pattern said some dear a woman now some I see wow who and to us so and so you don't call a happy.
There's a new one, but if I mention that new one, it will suggest that I'm referring to a particular person, so I won't.
I understand you, and it's quite interesting how you know. Some politicians think that as people observe us for many years and know who we are, what our track record is, what our image is, what our reputation is, what our brand is, you know, suddenly by engaging in some of these theatrics, you know, it erases what people know about you for many years. It's really
which theatrics are these?
Ridiculous to say the least.
Which ones?
I mean, all of this kneeling and lying and all of this, you know.
Is somebody lying?
Cheap attempts to
who's lying
show humility. You know.
Who's lying?
I'll show you a picture.
But you know, but Doc, on a more serious note, exactly a year from today. Exactly a year from today, by this time, this very hour, the Ghanaian people will be expecting a major announcement from the Electoral Commissioner. And by all indication, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is going to win the December 7, 2024 polls. The Ghanaian people are not expecting any other declaration than an overwhelming declaration of the victory of the NDC, which His Excellency John Dramani Mahama would deliver resoundingly. And if anybody if anybody had doubts, yesterday, in exactly a year to the day, when we will be voting in the 2024 elections, quite a number of prominent media organizations ran polls, very scientific online polls, asking the Ghanaian people who they will be voting for a year from yesterday. And the results are very revealing. I mean, if you look at the one by GH1, 1,950 voters, 62% of these people who responded to the poll said they will vote for President Mahama. Only 13% gave Bawumia a chance. The Star FM poll, President Mahama again led with a landslide, 68%. The Ghana Web poll, 8,302 votes as at last night. 65% said they will vote resoundingly for former President John Dramani Mahama. The state's own media, Graphic, and I hope that nobody will lose their job at Graphic. I mean, they are only doing their work and they don't control the results of this poll. The state-owned media, the Daily Graphics poll, President Mahama led by an impressive 63%. Then Kafui Day, who is also on another state media, GTV, also did a poll, and out of the 1,810 people who responded, and these are really high numbers. I mean, if you look at the sample frame, 60% said that they will vote for President Mahama. A few of these polls are still running, and by all indication, it is clear that the Ghanaian people have had enough of what President Mahama called the threefold helix.